Hello, just got out of the theater from watching Eternals, and I want to go ahead and give my quick out-of-theater review of the film. There won't be any spoilers or anything, but again, this will just be my quick out-of-theater review. So right off the bat, I thought this was pretty good. Common comments or opinions that I've seen about the film before going into this movie were, of course, that it's ambitious and definitely different for the MCU. And after seeing it, I definitely agree. It's definitely ambitious and definitely different from what you expect from the MCU. I think it's a film that can definitely stand on its own. Definitely a unique installment in the MCU. You can probably thank Chloe Zhao for that. Now, when it comes to Chloe Zhao, the only other film I've seen from her is Nomadland. I know she did 2 or 3 films before that one, if I remember correctly. The writer and one other one that I can't remember, but I did see Nomadland, and I liked it, but I didn't love it. Maybe it's a film that I might have to see again, but either way, not a bad film. Not like movie of the year or anything type of film, but I did like Nomadland though. It was a fairly interesting film. But back to this film, we gotta talk about the Eternals themselves, of course. I think the movie does a fairly well job at keeping you invested in the Eternals and caring enough about these characters. Now, then you have the Deviants, which I'll be honest, I like. Now, they're cool to watch on screen or on the big screen, and I like the look of them too, but that's honestly about it. Looking in the future, I don't see the Deviants being much of a standout when it comes to villains in the MCU, to be honest. I don't think they're going to leave much of a lasting impression on people. Maybe for some people, but for me, I thought the Deviants were just okay, nothing to write home about. But of course, that's just my personal opinion. You don't have to agree with it. But yeah, another common comment that I've seen before going into this film is the mention of the movie length. Some people are saying that it's maybe overly long, or moments throughout the film kind of drag on for too long or feel a bit too slow. For me, now that was something that I was kind of expecting out of this film, because again, that was a common thing that I saw, but I didn't feel the movie length too much. Maybe that's just because I was fairly invested in what was going on in the film, that I didn't feel the movie length too much. And I'm someone that doesn't mind long films. Some people might be different, but for me, I like long films, and of course I like shorter ones too. But for the movie length, I didn't really have much of a problem with it. Sure, there might have been maybe a couple moments that felt kind of slow or dragged on for too long, but not to the point where it had me frustrated or annoyed or irritated or anything like that. But yeah, what else? The soundtrack is okay. Not one of the best soundtracks in the MCU or anything. Nothing mind-blowing. I remember watching the credits, seeing that a Pink Floyd song was apparently in this movie. Maybe I wasn't paying attention or something like that, but apparently their song Time was in this movie. I did not know that, but I might have to watch it again just to see if I notice it again this time for a second viewing or whatever. But I thought that was kind of cool because I am a Pink Floyd fan. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed this film. I wouldn't say that I loved it, but I did like it though. I might like it more and more as I give it more viewings, but I have seen some heat for it. Another comment being that it feels overstuffed or is trying to put too much into the film. Personally, for me, I didn't feel that too much. Now, I do have one issue. The whole thing about jumping from present day to the past, that is something you do see in this film, and I feel like that aspect of the film could have been executed maybe a little bit better, because at sometimes it felt kind of, I don't know if jarring is the right word, but again, the overall execution of how they went from the present to the past and yada yada yada, I feel like they could have executed that maybe a little bit better. But yeah, overall pretty solid film. Not the best film in the MCU or anything. It probably wouldn't make my top 5 or anything like that, but for what it is, definitely a unique film in the MCU. Kudos to them for not trying to do something different and not just feel like a continuation of what we expect from the MCU. Yeah, definitely ambitious, definitely different, and I think overall they did a fairly good job. Now, it's a film that might not be for everybody, because again, it is fairly different from what you expect from the MCU, and that might not go well with some MCU fans. But for me, I like the film overall. Might be a film that might require a few multiple viewings in order for it to fully sink in. But for me, I didn't feel overwhelmed like some people did, because I have, again, seen some other opinions saying that they felt a bit overwhelmed or felt like a lot was put onto them after seeing this. But I didn't feel too overwhelmed overall. And overall, pretty cool film in the MCU. But anyways, this video is going on longer than I expected. But anyways, let me know your thoughts on the film. Do you love it? Do you hate it? How does it compare to the previous installments in the MCU for you personally, and all that good stuff? But anyways, thanks for watching. Please leave a comment and like, subscribe. Have a nice day, and take care.